Welcome to the first web series of On Her Fashion Mind. We're here at Sarasota Avenue, Sarasota, at the front doors to take a look and plan what we're going to wear to the wedding of the year. As we know, Diana Kelly of Diana E. Kelly Fashions is getting married to Matt Buchanan in just a few months, and I'm sure you ladies haven't quite figured out what you're going to wear yet. So come with me inside for a few suggestions. I've got a couple things on my fashion mind for you. So we're over at the St. John Boutique today in one of my favorite gowns for the wedding. It's a long gown that's got this great cape which gives this added drama, very on trend for the season, in the most darling color, which is going to transition very nicely from summer to the fall. I've paired this St. John gown back to a Jimmy Choo clutch, which does have a strap to it, ladies, to put over your shoulder. These darling little Jimmy Choo shoes, a great low heel, perfect for dancing at the ringling afterwards at the reception. Under my dress, I do have on shapewear, ladies. Shapewear is your friend. Don't avoid it. This dress is not meant to fit snugly at all. It's a little loose, and it's why a lot of our clients tend to like this dress. So stop by at the St. John Boutique. Either come and see myself, I can help you, or our experts, Joan, who's here, and Asunta, working with one of our clients in the background. So right now, we're all so much in love with this look, we just can't help ourselves. Seriously, this happens to be one of our favorites. I'm wearing Pau, a designer out of Amsterdam, and one of the reasons I personally love this line is that every season you can mix and match the pieces from what's existing to the next, which is really great about combining fabrics and colors that you can play around with. So right now I'm doing the look that I like to call my Sharon Stone, the year she wore to awards. I think it was like a Gap t-shirt and this really cool Vera Rang wrap. So that's the same thing, the same play on it. This skirt's one that she does every season. Absolutely darling, just to die for. Sort of a play on a ballerina style feel. One of the reasons I happen to adore this skirt is it can be worn higher on the waist or a little bit lower on your hips if that's your preference. I've paired it back to one of Pau's classic white button-down blouses. As you see, one of the neat things about this blouse is the detail at the wrist and again at the collar. I've paired this back to some great jewelry that we have featured in the store right now. Happens to be also one of my favorite lines, Stephanie Kansas. And one of the reasons that her pieces are really neat is because you can layer them, you can play around with them. I've got the pendant just hooked on right now. This is me playing Change-O artist here, forgive me. Technical difficulties. So just hook this pendant on, and again, can be worn simple on its own. I happen to be wearing two that I have layered, or you can place the pendant back. I've opted to pair this look with a Jimmy Choo clutch. Again, can you tell I love Jimmy Choo? And a pair of Jimmy Choo pumps. The reason I picked these two accessories is because they can go great for any event. In this classic nude color, they will translate in your wardrobe for years to come. So stop by and see me in the Pau Boutique. So here we have look number 3, Versace, Italian designers. We just got this dress in the store last week, happens to be one of my favorites for a couple different reasons. One, the fit. While the Italian designers tend to run a little bit small, this dress is a little roomy. When it comes to sizing of Italian brands, you're adding the two numbers together. I happen to have on a size 42, which is a 6. But the cut of this dress is a little forgiving, shall we say. Granted, yes, I am still wearing shapewear. Reason number 2 that I happen to love this dress is the movement to it when you're being spun around on that dance floor. Thirdly, the color. Again, something that's going to translate very nicely from one season to the next. I've paired this dress back to a Jimmy Choo clutch and a classic pair of peep-toe pumps. Also pairing this look is a pair of Adriana Orsini earrings. Happen to love this brand because it gives you a bit of pop without the pop price tag. So stop by and see me in the Versace Boutique. Here we have look number 4 on her fashion line, and the feature for this segment is more about the accessories, namely the shoes. I've opted to take a classic black dress. I'm wearing David Meister. One of the reasons I happen to love this dress is the ruching to the side, very slimming, ladies. Paired back to a net overlay to the bust area and sleeves. You can take a classic dress like this and pair it with a pop of color. We happen to have a red Valentino bow clutch with red Valentino peep-toe pumps. Or if you want your look to be a little more neutral, you could pair it back to, again, red Valentino peep-toe bow pumps, but in the black lace net overlay. And I paired that back to, thank you to my assistant, a Diane von Furstenberg clutch, again with a strap that's very handy for the shoulders. So one of the things I always talk about with my clients in her fashion line is how can you pair something classic with a bit of pop? And a great way to do it is a neutral black dress. So stop by and either see me in the shoe department or Cody, one of our shoe experts over there, and we can help you focus on shoes that are always on our fashion minds. So last, but certainly not least on our fashion mind is how do we complete your look for the wedding? A big way to do that is going to be cosmetics and fragrance. So I'm standing in the cosmetics department here at Saks Avenue in the Sarasota store. And I'm wearing a dress by BCBG, a classic blue dress. One of the reasons this is my favorite is I picture it for that 20-something friend of Diana's that went to UF with her. So maybe one of our sorority sisters. Notice the gator blue colors. Thank you. Pair it back to a pair of Adriana Orsini earrings. You're getting the pop earring without the pop price. And I happen to be pairing that with a pair of Stuart Weitzman peep-toe pumps with a fairly low heel, but of course any friend of Diana's is going to be wearing a pair of Diana E. Kelly's shoes, but those would be paired great with this dress also. And the great way to complete this look, as I talked about, is the cosmetics. You can stop by here in the store and we'll do your makeup for you before the wedding. I'm wearing lips by Dior, eyes by YSL. Pairing that with one of my personal favorite fragrances is Aqua Fiorentina by Creed. So you can certainly stop here in the store, as I mentioned, before you go to the wedding and help us complete your look by adding a touch of makeup, by adding fragrance, or even revive the counter I'm standing by and your skincare. So here's my favorite part, the bags, the purchases. On our fashion mind, as I mentioned, we're happy to help you here at Saks. I'm Rochelle Niggery. Stop by and see us so I can help you plan the perfect piece to wear to Diana and Mac's wedding. You look absolutely gorgeous, not as gorgeous as the bride, of course, but you'll still have a great time. Come and see me again for my next webisode.